Don't mind me, folks. Just cleaning out some Discord notifications real quick. Alright. Alright, tweets up, bots live. Discord will be along shortly. Hello, internet. Doing some clue before we do TGSR tonight. Finished off the last two Soto things I had. I had a Duke and Sigurd left to sticker. I got them both. And once I had them done and put up, I was like, fuck, I need a bigger shelf. God, especially with me getting like all that Gaim stuff in the next like 2 weeks, because the pretty much like the Gridon Bravo Kurakage Knuckle sets come out Wednesday, if I recall. Wednesday, I believe. Unless I'm stupid and have misremembered the day. It's this week, at minimum. Let me double check the collector's calendar real quick. Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, they come out Wednesday, and that's in Japan, mind you. They come out Wednesday. Intel Collector takes like 1 to 2 weeks to get to them. It took 2 weeks for them to ship out my Samuro Soto figure, so it probably will be 2 weeks for this. I kind of hope they ship all my orders together, since they're technically 2 separate orders. I hope they just ship it together, so I ain't gotta worry about it. But yeah, I'm gonna need a bigger shelf for my game stuff, so I might have to just put in an order for more shelves. Oh. Probably do that at some point this week. Might end up doing it tomorrow. Do a quick order of them. Yeah, we got Clue to play. What are we at achievement? Need mustards. Mustard win. 2! 2 away, and we are 80 rolls away. Oh. We need 2 more wins as mustard. Probably not getting him tonight. I had stupid luck last time we played. Stupid luck. I don't know what was going on last time we did Clue. It was ridiculous. Of course, I'm also keeping an eye out on Mandarake for the Beat Chaser, Beat Gorham. Because I would like those. Like that set. At some point, since I keep getting all the bikes and stuff for Soto. What are we? 204? So pretty much having to narrow down weapons first. Probably get the others as we go. But if you heard last night on the podcast, I've got the list more or less finalized. I think there's one game that I haven't like finalized one for, but I think I'm just gonna go with the one with one I have easy access to on it, like now, and not worry about it. I think when that one comes up, I'll figure out a solution for it. But yeah, the list of 13 is finalized. That's going to be the thing going forward. Just checking out those games, seeing if we want to go through them, because I should probably get a schedule or an idea of what going forward. Because I'm like, well, most of the stuff I'm probably going to be streaming is on the Switch, because I don't think anything is coming out on the other console I'm really interested in. So, like, the Mario Golf comes out Friday. But I'm not streaming that. That's a me time game. Ace Attorney Chronicles... When does that come? Next month. July 27th, so end of the month. Don't have to worry about that till the end of the month. And that'd probably carry us through like August and September, considering how slow I do Ace Attorney games. Maybe not. It's only 2, and I'd have to see how long it took us to get through the other Ace Attorneys. Yeah, we'll split the difference and go bank. And we'll meme. Well, no, I don't want to meme. Memeing would be a bad idea. We'll do Peacock and Nugget. The Nugget. And it was not the Nugget. Okay. So. Did not die via rock. Via big fancy rock. But yeah, that might carry us through. Because that's pretty much like August, September. It's that. So that's like 2 months of Ace Attorney. Get through all of that. It might just carry us to October. And we get to do Metroid Dread on stream. I might just do Metroid Dread on stream. Okay. I was like, why do I have a notification on Twitch? Oh, I got a gift sub on a channel I follow. Okay. I love when that happens, especially when I'm not in that stream at the time. I'm like, what the hell? Who's gifting me a sub when I am not on stream, not on that stream? Because 90% of the time it's random. It's more or less like a random gift sub, and if I recall correctly, your odds of getting those are higher if you're following and if you are in the stream. I don't even think you can get a gift sub if you're not following the stream. I don't know. I don't know if anyone's ever done the math for that stuff. But yeah, Dread should take us from October to December. Presume, probably not. It'd probably just take us through like October. And then I don't know if I want to do the Ace Advance Wars stuff on stream. Graveyard? I might not do it on stream. I would like those games because I've never played an Ace War Advance Wars. Those are apparently really good games. Well, we got Suspect. Oh, hell yeah. I swear iTunes is, like, loud in my ears for some reason. Let me... I think this is over here, so... Might take it down to there. Oh, hi, we have weapon now. Oh, boy. But yeah, iTunes is a little loud in my ear. I got that down now, so... I don't feel like I'm competing with it, even though I'm not competing with it, because I can see on a volume mixer or on OBS, and it's like, that's not happening. Fuck, really? Game! Okay, that's yours. I guess Peach and Whip. Cool, which one are you showing me? Because you also have the other card. Okay, so you have Whip as well. Cool. Shit. Well, good news is we are ahead in terms of information on this. Pretty definitively, because we have... like, all, like... we have the majority of locations in hand. We just need to find it. Well, Rose got incredibly screwed right. Courthouse? Like, we haven't done it. We might as well. Oh. Oh. That leaves us... three-way on that? Yep, three-way. But yeah, based off Switch stuff that's coming out, like, there's certain things I want to do, so... This whole 13 games idea I have is more or less a, oh, this is kind of just filler. Or if I want to take a break from certain things, or if I don't want to do certain things. Have gun. Although, I want to play Metroid Dread, but I might not do Metroid Dread on stream. Granted, I say that, but I'm like... I might want to do Metroid Dread. That might be a thing we do on Fridays or something. I don't know. I don't know if he's planning long term for Fridays. I don't think he is. I don't usually plan long term for streams. I usually just luck into long term plans on for streams. So just making like, oh shit, a series of games that I want to play are just coming out, and like I have enough time that I can like do all of them. Cool. God damn it. Come on. 50-50, folks. 50-50. Get. Sherlock, don't you dare. 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 Done. Okay, so it's General Store. Alright. Final accusation? No. Alright, Rose. You either get this or we win. We win. Doesn't matter what we get, doesn't matter where we go, we win. You know what? I want to find out another card, because it doesn't matter. Sherlock and X. Alright, you had your own. Tells us the others, because that's Charlotte and Pickaxe. Mustard, or 2. General Store. Win number 9. Win number 9. Win number 9. Hell yes. And a self-dunk too. Hell yeah. I love throwing myself in jail. But yeah, but speaking of long-term plans, because talked about it on stream last night too. It's something we've talked about as what we talked about. I don't remember if it was on stream or off stream. Might have been on stream. I don't remember. But right now, the plan is officially now, because I talked to Tommy about it in the plan. Since, like, we are pretty much in a holding pattern until Team Rider gives us the Ryuki. Or puts out the Ryuki subs. Or not Team Rider. Why did I think Team Rider? Shout Factory. Until Shout Factory does, releases Ryuki. Like, hopefully soon. I hope. Ryuki is the next show we want to do. The problem is, we don't really have anything to do, and because Beast Wars has, like, after this week, it has 2 weeks left. We have 2 weeks of episodes left. Because, like, next week is, like, the second half of the two-parter we have, and, like, pretty much the rest of Season 3. And then last week is, like, the penultimate episode to the finale, and then the 3-part finale. Right? say Beast Wars ends on a 3-part finale, right? Unless I'm dumb, and I thought it was a 2-parter. No, 2-parter, my bad. Ah, that's because it's the other victory. And that's pretty much part 1 of 3. But we have pretty much the end of Beast Wars in 2 weeks. So, question then becomes, alright, what do we do from there? And the answer right now is we do all of the winter crossover films. What the Azure? Excuse me? The hell was that guess? The hell was that guess, literally? Alright, this is turning into a game. But yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do all the winter crossover movies we haven't done. So for reference, for those wondering what we have done, since we are counting like stuff we did in like original TGSR as well. We did Movie War 2010 back when we did Decade after we quit Kabuto. We did Movie Wars Core and Core Megamax Ultimatum when we went through more or less all double O's and 4's. We went through the trilogy of shows. We did Heisei Generations Forever when it got the official release from Shout Factory. Let me double check the list real quick. I know I'm gonna miss one of these. I might as well refer to list to make sure. Ultimatum. We've done Genesis and Pac-Man, and we did Forever. So we are more or less planning on doing like Sengoku Movie Tyson, which is Gaim, Full Throttle, which is Gaim Drive. X8 Build, which is Heisei Generations Final. Let's see. There's Gaim. Gaim Drive. X8 Build. We did build Geo. We did do Geo 01, which is Rare Generations. And then we're going to end off with Real Time. But not, well, Real Time in the Saber solo film. The Saber movie, which is like Immortal Swords. It's like Immortal Swordsman's like an episode in length. So we're just gonna do it now. Okay then. Not what I expected to hit. But that's 5 weeks, and if Ryuki is not out by then, we're gonna take a month off on Sundays to, like, more or less stall. And, like, if that month's not over, we're gonna move on and we're gonna do Den-O through fan subs. If not by then, we're gonna move on to Den-O and do Den-O and then all of its stupid fucking movies. Because for some reason, Den-O's got like 7 fucking movies. I don't know why. It just does. But I would think Heisei Week 2, since it's supposed to be in the summer, like, the summer is now through more or less August. I'm willing to say, like, that's probably being generous, because, like, summer probably would end in, like, before August. Like, August would be the start of fall. I don't know. I don't remember when the season is supposed to start and end. In any, like, actual timing capacity, but... more or less, by September, if we have no official subs of Ryuki, we're moving on. We're just gonna do Den-O. Always. I have that guess. I literally have that guess. Moving on. Since Tommy was wanting Den-O to be the one that gets official release, because we keep running it. Den-O's just one of those things that keeps popping up in all this material we've covered for Rider, because Den-O, the Den Liner crew, keeps popping up in all the crossover films, and this, and all these other places. It's like, fucking hell, we might as well go back and do Den-O at this rate. You might as well see where this brigade of idiots came from. So... okay, then. So, it's either Truncheon or it's in Rose's hand, which... we've only got one card for Rose, so that's entirely possible. But yeah, we're just gonna do all the winter movies, because we've almost done all the winter movies. And I like how we've done almost all of the spring films for Rider. I think we're only missing, like, 3. Like, outside of the Amazons one, and good lord, I don't want to drag Tommy through Amazons. I didn't particularly care for Amazons, and I'm like, I'm not dragging you through this shit. Through 2 seasons and a movie of this fucking show. Okay, it's Razor, so that means you have Truncheon. There's a 50-50 in Scarlet's hand. Actually... it tells us it's not Azure. And that his other card has to be... one of these 3. Can't say the same for Rose at the moment. Even though we're down to 1 card on her. Orchid probably would be I want to say Orchid would be the bet for suspect, or be our next guest for suspect. Honestly, go museum. The guess for it is like at the end, so we're less likely to hit someone down the line. Orchid, go. Basil. We'll see what happens. Either Rose stops us and that's her third card, or we push it. We push it on. Oh, okay, that's goody. All right, Orchid, which card do you have? Have your card. So she has museum, or it's the location. And suspect. Hard to say. Deal with that. But I do want to say this, that, like, yeah, us doing the winter movies means we're kind of covering the epilogues for a bunch of films, for a bunch of series. But, like, we did the entirety of Wizard for TGSR, like, back in the day, and we've talked Gaim Drive, like, Gaim Forward for, like, forever on, like, everything we do. We just haven't sat down and done it officially for TGSR. If you've heard us for long enough, you've heard us talk about these shows as they were airing. Okay, it's stuck. Shit. So we would somehow have to. That's not happening. Azure's gonna take it right now. Yeah, that's what I say. That's all public information. Or no? Oh no, we don't have suspect at the moment, do we? No. Oh, we don't have suspect actually. We just have location. We just have 2 Thursdays. We don't have suspects though. I keep forgetting we don't have suspect. It's not. What? Unless I marked something wrong. That's not. Okay, I marked something wrong. I thought. I must have marked something wrong. So I thought there was a guest that landed that marked that like 2 things were not in Azure's hand, and it had to be his own card, but I guess not. I guess it was his own card. Okay. Never mind. I screwed up on that. I have thought about, which unfortunately adds to the list of things I should watch, because like, Bad Batch is happening, and I should watch Bad Batch, but I don't know. I'm not in the mood, in a Star Wars mood, I guess, for a show at the moment, even though my dad is watching it, and he says it's good, so I should watch it. And I have to watch, like, the entire last season of DuckTales, because I don't have that watched. And I have entirety of Stronger. And a couple other shows, like, downloaded to watch and stuff, but I still haven't watched them. So, I need to. But I was thinking about, since, like, we've ended off on Forza 8, and we've also watched the entirety of Ghost, that I take this trip back through Phase 2. Because if it's not apparent from my buying choices of like figure arts, from like the pictures I have of my figure arts shelf or my Soto stuff, Phase 2 is kind of my era of Rider. It's the one that most of the shows I like are in. It's honestly the one with all my favorite shows and my favorite characters. My favorite this, that, and the other. And it's nothing against Phase 1 or Showa, but like, it is. Director's office? Like, we can just go anywhere, so just roll the dice and see. But I was thinking about taking a trip back through it, because, like, even Tommy's recently rewatched All Drive. I'm like, you know, I don't really do rewatches. Like, that's... I don't know. I feel weird being when, like, people are like, oh, you should rewatch it and see if your opinion changes. I'm like... I don't know. I remember shows well enough sometimes. Like, it has to be a long time. But also, I'm just in the favor of, like, just watching new stuff and just finding new stuff to watch. Rather than going back to something else. Unless it's for a reason. Like, I need a reason to go back to something rather than just to go back to it to rewatch it. Like, it was in, like, one of Soda Pop's, stickering streams, like, a few weeks ago. They were doing the Blade Jack set and King set, Frozen Stratos was. And I mentioned that, like, because they were talking about, it's like, oh, a lot of people like Blade, and, like Frozen Stratos hasn't watched Blade, like, all of us has. I have, but it's been, like half a dozen years ago. It was, like, one of my first Rider shows. Like, after Double and Decade and all that, like, I watched all of Blade. I think I even recorded, like, me just rambling about it for, like, a half hour or so, I think. Back in the day when we did, what was it? Intermissions, I think was the name of it. It was a thing for our website where I think I just recorded myself just rambling about stuff. And it was just me talking about Blade and my thoughts on Blade. After, like, finished watching it. And I was just like, it's fine. It's not my favorite show. Like, everything else about Blade I liked. Like, I like the suits. I like the aesthetic. Oh, good lord. This fucking hand. This fucking guess. Or what, 2, 1, 3? Yeah. But, like, everything else about Blade I like. I even like the idea that, like, the undead, the monsters of Blade, like, aren't killable, but they are sealable, and them being sealed gives the writers power, so it makes every fight, like, kind of mean something, because it's like, okay, we're guaranteed to get something new out of every fight. Not necessarily a new form, because those get introduced, like, late in the show, with, like, Jack forms and the King forms. I don't know why I can Charlotte. Let's guess me. Well, let's try to eliminate some of these 50-50s we got. That's fine. But, like, you're guaranteed to get stuff. Like, every week, even though, like, a lot of the different cards for Blade just go unused. Probably because it's just like, yeah, no, this will probably break the show if we actually use this, so we're not. we're not gonna let Kenzaki use his time card. Because, no. His time manipulation card. But yeah, I was fine with Blade, like, I don't think it's, like, a bad show, mind you. I think it's kind of a... I think it has more lows than highs. It's kind of a Ghost situation for me, where it's like, you've got more lows than highs. There's some high points in the show, but they're outweighed by all the low stuff in the series, and I'm just like, But yeah, and like Melissa said, like, oh, maybe you should go back and rewatch it. And I'm like, and I just thought, I'm like, I mean, maybe, but like, do I really want to drag myself through a 40 episode show that I know I didn't particularly care for originally? I think that might be why I'm hesitating on like trying to start a phase 2 rewatch, because I'm like, well, we recently did Double O's and Forza, so like those are fresh on my mind. It would start with Wizard, which is probably my least favorite of the phase 2 riders. Like, besides Ghost and Geo, which I don't care for as shows, like, in shows that I still like, Wizard is kinda at the bottom of the bunch of my favorite shows. Like, while it's got some highs, it's got some lows, and it's got some hard lows at times. I won't deny that. But, like, maybe. Maybe I just bite the bullet and see. Granted, I also know that everything I watch is something I don't want to do for TGSR then, because I'm going to be like, well, I've already watched that recently. I don't know if I want to go back through it again, so I'm just like, ah. Because, like, more or less, TGSR is my show. to like, schedule and, like, do content for. Figure out content. You know what? Scarlet and Dagger. Well, meme with knife. With Nif. 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 All these 50-50s are not going well for us. What? No, I did not want to hit. Cancel. Great, if I make it through Wizard, it's Gaim, which is good. Drive, I've really enjoyed. X8, I enjoyed for the most part, except for, like, the end of the series. Build, I like for the most part, outside of the end of the series. I'm skipping Geo, because I'm not going back to that show again. Fuck that right in the bum. No. No. Oh. No, no. And, like, hell, I'd rewatch 01, but I'm gonna wait till Shack Factory puts out the subs for it, because, like, fuck yes, I'll rewatch 01, and then I'll watch... Even if they don't do it, I'll rewatch, like, real-time... the V-Cinemas once I'm done. Like I said, I've got Stronger, I have Taiga, I'm like in the middle of Taiga, I'm in the last like couple episodes of... Okay. Of Orb. Technically halfway through X. Like, there's all this stuff that I've got like half finished. Not unlike the stuff I have game-wise, I'm just like, I need to finish some of these things. I just need to make a list of just like, alright, what am I at on certain shows and stuff, and I need to finish them. Well, that's a loss, because all those cards can only be in Peacock's hands. Wah, wah. Yeah, I need to do that. Cause like I have like stuff I want to get done for this year, or less, not necessarily get done, but like work towards this year in general in my life, and it's just like finishing out some collection stuff, getting a job, like finishing off some games and stuff that I have never done, and finishing off some fucking books that are on my desk and have been on my desk for a year, couple years now, I think. I need to fucking read. I need to do all that. I want to do this stuff and just be like, alright, I want to get stuff done. I don't want to leave things half-finished anymore. For a lot of stuff. I got too many half-finished things. I think after this game I'm gonna take a break. Not necessarily grab a drink because I have one sitting on my desk at the moment. I'm gonna get up and walk around. Yes, that's ones all around. Yay. Alright, sci-fi set, what do you give me? Go in the middle on that, and... done. Of course not. Yeah, we're what? 3-1-2? Okay. Oh, and I feel for every like Gokaiger or Toku fan that gets DX and like the gimmicks toys and stuff, because all the memorial stuff for Gokaiger went up today, like went up like a couple hours ago. So like the Mobirates, the 35 key set, and Gokai Galleon key with the movie have all went up. And I'm just like, I think it's like $400, I think, for everything by the end. Like, it's a stupid amount of money for, like, this new version of the Mobirates that only has, like, the core 5 Gokaiger keys. It does not have a Gokai Silver key, even though, I think Guy's actor has voice lines in it. So, you bet your ass that we're probably getting a memorial edition of, like, Gokai Silver's, forget what it's supposed to be. It's actually called. It's a phone as well. I forget what Gokai Silver's is called, but his changer with his key, probably an entire set of all of the 6 Ranger keys, like that's associated with his Morpher all the way up to like Gosei Knight. Rusty Wrench? Rusty Wrench? A Rusty Wrench. We're kind of not getting any information now. But yeah, they'll probably do that and another key set. And like, I think they've said, like, they have the disclaimer that, like, not all keys will work in this. So it mean probably that, like, it's only coded for so many keys, which, like, someone with, like, an extensive range of keys, like, collection would probably be the only ones to be able to check this to see, like, what actually works. Because, like, I'm assuming that, like, everything that would work in it up through the series would work, but, like, everything past, like, end of Gokaiger is, like, I guess questionable from, like, I don't know, because they did the Go Busters. Yeah, because they did through Ninja as Ranger Keys, and there's then the O's set, and then there's the Metal Heroes set. And then there's a couple of, I think, like, miscellaneous sets that, like, round out almost every single Ranger up through Ninja at that point. I think is how it is. But everyone from, like, what is it? I think it's technically, like, Tokyoger? After Ninja? Pretty much everybody from, like, Tokyoger onward has no Ranger key. So, like, there's definitely a question of, like, okay, are they going to get keys? Fuck. MU dice roll. But, like, are they going to get keys? If they do, are they going to be, like, some of the extra sets where pretty much just had, like, a sound cylinder you plug the key into to get all the sound effects and stuff? Or are they programmed into the pirates? One of those times where I'm like, someone like Crane Joe is probably going to get this and have this cracked in a day, in a couple days or so. Because I believe the Mo Pirates works off a pin system. Because of how the keys are molded, it's more or less a pin system. I'm not sure. I don't remember, honest, but I assume it's a pin system. So, like, if you can figure out how many pins there are in, like, more or less make an empty key that you can slot in different pins to, like, or slot in different parts to, like, replicate all the different pins of the pirates. Because we also have, with the movie, the Gokai Galleon key, which uses me on how it's going to flip and turn into a key. A little bit because of how they keep shooting it. Or keep taking photos of it. They don't see the key part. But I assume, like, that unlocks something in the Mo Pirates. If that does something in the new Mo Pirates. Fake? I guess... We're in the dark on this so hard. It's me. That's not super helpful. Obviously something's not right, and have to see. Huh? Let's just see. Don't give me the location, Scarlet. Okay, give me a... Okay. I had to read a GameSpot article that just came across my Twitter because they're reporting on someone theorizing what Breath of the Wild would be. More or less, they suggest that the person that is in what is in like all the Skyward stuff that is presumably Link is in fact not Link. It's Ganondorf. And you'll be playing as him before he became corrupted and stuff and became like the Ganondorf. And that the title is Demise of the Wild. Reference Demise from Skyward Sword and like Ganon's downfall. Which, okay. But I think there's one problem. Okay, never mind. I was about to say, did we sing Link's face and stuff through the rocks and through the platform and stuff with Rivali's scale but different? No, he doesn't. But that's the suggestion, is that like all of the unkempt hair Link gameplay is technically you playing as Ganondorf and you're playing his fall, but I'm like, eh. I'm pretty much just going down the list at this point of weapons, just like, fucking, we're gonna have to like start throwing guesses out left, right, and center because we got nothing. I guess the only problem I have with that theory is that we see the arm holding Ganondorf. And if the arm was his, why did it turn against him? Granted, we don't know much about the arm to start with, outside of its presumably Sheik attack. or it's Chica in design of some capacity, so that which will. Oh damn, that just gave us weapon because it's pistol. Fuck yes. That gave us all the information! Hell yeah! Honestly, I don't know. I don't want to speculate too hard on Breath of the Wild, too, because I'm like, okay, we're like a year and change out from it, presumably. Like, I don't know. It seems like we're being... Nintendo is definitely holding back on information about Breath of the Wild for very specific reasons. And I am assuming, like... I think the problem is just like, while we have some of the picture, I think the thing is... We're only getting tidbits. We don't have the big picture yet with Breath of the Wild 2. And I feel like that's the problem with any speculation, is that we have crumbs. We have fucking crumbs. It's very, very, very clear that something very big and very important to this game is being hidden from us through these trailers. I'm going to assume that there's hints to it, peppered through these two trailers, but what that is, I don't know. Oh, hell yeah, that's win 10, baby! Ah. I have to become the meme now. Scarlet's the only one left. That is also technically a full card. Yep, because there's the mustard achievement. Now I must become me. But I'm going to get up, take a break, and be back soon, folks. Alright, I'm back. Now I have to switch over to Scarlet at some point. Damn it. I pretty much just have to cycle through lobbies until I hit a lobby where someone is not playing a Scarlet in order to be able to swap to Scarlet. Oh god damn it. Ah, yes. You know what? I'm gonna go Aviator Scarlet. I was debating between that and Cowboy Scarlet. I was like, I gotta choose one of these real quick. Let's go market. Pretty much open, so... Me... Meme... Make it happen. God, I just had a thought because I was clearing out Discord notification. I saw like, yeah, a couple gifs from this week's Saber. I'm just like, God, what if they do what they did for Chronicle Game and did a fucking Seiken sword set, accessory set, to give you all the, essentially all the swords on their own, so you can like use them with Cross Saber or use them with anyone else. I don't think that would happen, but that would be dumb, but incredibly so, though. Uh, Green plus Kosef? Kofis? Alright, airport. Airstrip, technically. Waterfill is my only real option if I want to try to get as much information. Point. Alright, it's green. Alright. Looking more and more like the pistol's out. Hello.
Took you long enough.
I wasn't looking over it on my screen with Discord and stuff.
I figured.
So I've got all my mustard wins. I am now meme.
Ah. You did it with the gun.
Right now, no, because it was green, at least.
I saw. I just had to say it.
Yeah. It will be true at least one time I need to get one of these 10 wins.
Maybe.
Oh, for fuck. Ah, wow, this sucks. You know what? I'll meme, but you won't show me anything but Tomb. Probably. Yeah. So, how were the episodes?
That cliffhanger again.
Yeah. Yeah. At least it's the last cliffhanger.
I mean, fair.
Well, I guess it... Not... Okay, so it's like one of the one of the other locations, I guess. Oh, did you hear me talking about someone's theory that GameSpot decided to report on? Apparently, this person's theory says that the link with the unkempt hair and the Skyworld stuff, that's Ganondorf. We're playing as him in those sequences and seeing how he fell to darkness. And the subtitle is Demise of the Wild.
So can we get any actual real theories here?
Yeah, it's like I don't think it's that.
If they do that, that is such a wild, out left field kind of thing.
Well, here's the problem with that theory. You remember how the tapestry shows Link with red hair? He kind of needs to have red hair, not blonde hair, if we're going to be playing as Ganondorf in those sequences. So, meh.
I mean, you can't really go off of utilizing that either. But yeah, that still looking at everything for Breath of the Wild, I feel like that would just be we're gonna throw this out here and see how many people say this is stupid. If that was an actual thing. And I don't feel like they would do that.
Yeah.
The literally the only other way that I might could see this is we do have a timeline where the calamity is beaten under different circumstances. The only way would be as if it's some kind of we screwed up the timeline, so this story now happened kind of moment.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like it because of them doing the whole concept with Age of Calamity as you go back in the past, you make a different branch, so to say. So where would be the connection to our current Link? One of those timeline shenanigans makes it to where I'm like, yeah, I doubt it. But that's the only option they could go with if that was true. So it's not true.
My whole thing at the moment is I feel like it's hard to speculate on Breath of the Wild 2 because it's very obvious we're not being told something. And it seems to be a fairly important we're not being told something.
Yeah.
So everything we are basing our speculation on is very deliberately information that we are being allowed to see. So whatever we are basing it on will probably be, whatever we're theorizing is probably going to be wrong.
At least to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Like, there's probably some truth in a little bit of all of it, but yeah, for the most part, yeah, it's just we're throwing stuff at a wall and seeing what we think sticks once
Yeah.
the dust settles.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very clear Nintendo is deliberately holding something back about this game. So, until we are told that very specific thing, which I don't expect us to be told that very specific thing till next year, since the game's not coming out till next year. Because, like, if we get a direct around, like, January, February next year, that might be when they decide to finally tell us, like, what the title is, this, that, and the other about the game. Because then, like, hey, it will come out, like, either... Okay, if it comes out when Breath of the Wild 1 came out, which was in the middle of the year, then a January Direct will tell us everything. If not, then we have to wait till next year's E3 or around this time next year, and then Nintendo will tell us the name and all this other information. I assume. That's if Breath of the Wild 2 is a more or less a holiday release, which it probably will end up being in the grand scheme of things. So don't expect new information on this game until a year from now.
I'm kind of a little bit indifferent on that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it'll be that far out.
It probably won't.
I'm feeling like it's probably going to be a good anniversary one because they've kind of got the Metroid hype for the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I could see them maybe kind of playing off of that to do Breath of the Wild 2 and then maybe potentially lead into maybe something with like the start of talks about Prime 4 while they're pushing Splat 3 kind of deal.
Yeah, because Splatoon 3 is in the pipeline. Like, that's probably... Because that looked like they were probably far enough along in development.
That looked far enough along to where I would be willing to bet it's going to be a July of next year release.
Yeah.
It's one of those I almost feel like they're going to want to do Breath of the Wild 2 early in the year to tide people over because Dread's not going to be that long. I mean, it's a 2D Metroid game. It's going to have a lot for your 100%ers.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not going to have a lot to keep casuals. So they're going to need something else to tie them over between releases, which that might be what Breath of the Wild 2's really kind of geared for.
Mm-hmm. Well, they do have... What is it? The Pokemon games are what, like 2 months after that? Or no, the month after that. Well, the Diamond and Pearl remakes are the month after Metroid Dread, and then Arceus is like 2 months after that.
Right, we are getting Arceus at the turn of the year, aren't we?
Like the 23rd of January or something like that. And it's in the 20s.
Yeah.
So,
they might not stub its toe that bad then.
Yeah.
I still don't know if I would think they would let Arceus be the only thing first half of the year.
No, there's probably something after Arceus.
They might actually plan to do another March release for Zelda. They might kind of let it be like us have the year start with Arceus, lead into Breath of the Wild 2, then Splatoon 3, and depending on where Metroid Prime 4 is, maybe either that or the trilogy later that year.
I could see the trilogy coming out first, And then with
I
the
I could see the trilogy like September, October kind of concept.
yeah,
The question is, would Prime 4 be ready for a holiday next year release, or would we actually have something else that just kind of comes out of left field?
I would expect something out of left field, and then Prime 4 is like a few months after, like several months after the trilogy, to give people time to like go through the trilogy. So it's like, now here's Prime 4.
Does that mean that's one of those? I would normally be like, oh yeah, we're just not getting the trilogy. They're not putting that time and effort into motion controls for 3, except they are on Skyward Sword's remake. So that kind of proves they're willing to do that.
And hints in Breath of the Wild 2 seem to point to, hey, you know that thing that we dealt with in Skyward Sword? By the way, it's all here in Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah, Nintendo's been playing the we're gonna let one thing lead into another a
Yeah.
lot.
Because, like, it's not just, like, the Skyward stuff. Like, presumably it's also the fact that's, like, oh, we're playing with, like, the origin of the Calamity in Breath of the Wild. Skyward Sword's all about the origin of the Master Sword and Ganondorf and this, that, and the other about Legend of Zelda in general. Like, fucking hell, theming.
And I mean, this isn't the first time they've done that either.
Yeah.
Because, for all intents and purposes, those 2 HD remakes we did get for Zelda games on the Wii U was actually them trying to see what could work and what couldn't work going forward.
Yeah.
Each of those games helped actually build a part of Breath of the Wild. So it's one of those. This is even going back to the previous generation. Nintendo's been kind of pushing that whole we're not saying this is going together, but this is going together.
Yeah.
That's what's actually kind of surprised me, that we even got a 2D Metroid when they didn't talk about Prime 4.
Mm-hmm.
I would have actually expected that to have been what we would have got in place of the Prime trilogy.
Oh, like a Fusion remake?
No, I would have expected it to be like Dread comes out this holiday or comes out like October concept with Prime 4 coming out holiday.
Oh, yeah.
I would have expected that if we were getting a 2D Metroid kind of concept. Instead of, like everyone else has been figuring too, we're just only going to focus on the Prime trilogy. I'm not going to lie, while that would be nice, I have a Wii U that I could dust off if I so wanted to play 3, and a GameCube emulator for the other 2. Because screw motion controls. Can we not?
Yeah. Granted, it's only what? Crap. What is the third one? So it's like it's not Corruption. Corruption's 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nope. Okay. Yeah.
Echoes is 2.
Yeah. It took me a second to just be like, no, right? Echoes is 2. Corruption is 3. And like, Corruption's the only one with motion controls, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
The other 2 came out on the GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. The Wii had the fun of Corruption and the game that shall not be named.
Yeah, I loved how much they are trying to quietly disavow Other M.
I mean, can you blame them?
I mean, not really. It did hard damage to the Metroid franchise and in general. So
yeah, it was right up there with how Command did the Star Fox series. Um, tell me I'm wrong. And that's not me. That's not really me dissing Command because I've watched Tom's playthrough and Command looks like it would be a decent game. The problem is what they deemed was the canon ending.
Which one's the
Like,
canon ending of Command?
oh, I don't remember it right offhand because it's been a while since I've watched that.
Like,
But
I know there's a bunch of
it
dumb
was like
ending.
there was so many other endings that I felt like would have fit better
Like
than
the
one,
F-Zero one.
and I'm like, oh, it's one of those. Once all the dust settles, I'm like, oh, I see why people give this game crap now. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the game itself doesn't look bad. Not for it being a DS title. I mean,
And it's weirdly Star Fox 2 in terms of its gameplay.
yeah,
And this is before they actually released Star Fox 2.
it's one of those. Yeah, that one unfortunately was the nail in the coffin for the Star Fox franchise. Because yeah, Zero tried but failed.
Yeah.
Because Wii U failed.
Yeah, we had to attach stupid dumb gimmicks to it. Like, God. Nintendo, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Take my pitch. Put Star Fox on the eShop as just a $20 arcade game. Please. Please. I promise you, it will save the franchise.
Well, they know it will. Because 64 is literally the game that they know will make money.
Yeah.
Hence why they keep going back to it.
Well, it's because it's the only one that doesn't have a stupid dumb gimmick attached to it that's a modern Star Fox.
It's like I would have been fine with the vehicles in Zero. It's the fact that the motion controls are there.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I feel like if it's not a VR game, it shouldn't have motion controls. Or at the very least, shouldn't have motion controls that you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost feel like with the Switch, Nintendo might have realized that. Because it seems funny that two of the major year one titles, Breath of the Wild and Odyssey, had motion control capabilities, but were not required to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yes, that. Please, more of that. Let's try Zero again on the Switch without the motion controls and see how that goes.
Yeah. Anywho, you ready to swap over?
I guess so.
Alright, I'm gonna take stream now. We'll be right back with TGSR for the week, folks. Stay tuned.